Hello and welcome to the animation video on the pull up on the right manoeuvre for the UK driving test. Some people say this one's quite an easy one to do, but it still has a few challenges to watch out for. So when you're driving down the road, the examiner will explain to you that they want you to find them somewhere suitable to park on the right. Now this doesn't differ from pulling up on the left. So you're still looking out for the usual things that you wouldn't park on, like double yellow lines, bus stops, bends, opposite a junction, or over someone's driveway, or what we call double parking, which is when we park next to a vehicle and we block the road off. So all of the usual things that you practice when you pull up on the left. But there's an added danger here because obviously we've got to think about the oncoming vehicle as well as the vehicle behind us. So we still do our mirror and signal, but we pick a specific place that we like the look of, and then we would position our vehicle ready to pull up in that position. Make sure you give yourself a little bit of room because you want the car to finish nice and straight down the road. If you have to wait for an oncoming vehicle, then you would pause with your indicator on, and then you would drive to the other side of the road as you can see here. Now at this point, the examiner would say, thank you very much, and they would want you then to reverse back 2 car lengths, roughly, trying to avoid the curb. Obviously, that's the whole point of the manoeuvre, and to keep effective observations throughout. So we would be doing our normal routine. We would do our blind spot checks, and we would select reverse to let the vehicle, let anybody around us know that we're reversing. If there is an approaching vehicle, then we wouldn't move at this point. We mustn't move our vehicle when a vehicle is moving around us. So make sure it's clear, and the distance is obviously relative. So in the live POV shot later, you'll see me explain a little bit more about that because it's a bit easier to demonstrate. But we're going to reverse back roughly 2 car lengths in a straight line. Now again, in a straight line is important because if your vehicle is slightly to the left or slightly to the right, you're going to find yourself drifting away from the curb. So again, in the POV shots later, you'll see that, and I demonstrate how to correct the steering. If you are struggling with that or you need any help with that, then that bit's for you. Once we've stopped then, 2 car lengths back, we're going to do our normal POM routine to set off. But again, just consider you're on the other side of the road. So make sure we get that nice left blind spot check in as we go on to the other side of the road, and off we go. So a pretty simple manoeuvre, but still some things to watch out for. So let's jump into the live POV shots and see how it differs from the animation. And I might ask you to do a pull up on the right. So they'll say, find me somewhere to park on the right that you think is suitable. Now bear in mind, you're going to be asked to reverse back 2 car lengths. So this could have been a good spot. After the junction is okay, but we have the bus stop. So I'm going to avoid that. But after that junction, there's a nice spot. So we check the centre mirror, there's a car behind. I'm going to indicate to the right. And then we're going to have a quick check to the right as we push across the road. And we're going to try and form our car up against the curb, keeping that indicator on until we've settled the car down and come to a nice stop. Try and get the vehicle as straight as possible in this moment, because this is the moment when you can line everything up and then reversing becomes a lot easier. If you're a little bit wonky, then the car will reverse back in that angle, and that's obviously not going to be very helpful. Once we've stopped, then the examiner will say, thank you very much. Reverse back 2 car lengths in a straight line. Try not to touch the curb. So we're going to start that now. So we put the car in reverse. And we're mindful of this guy, but he's quite far away. So I'm going to check the blind spots, and I'm going to make a little bit of progress while he's coming towards me, and the vehicle as well. So we're going to pause now because of the silver vehicle and the guy, and we're going to wait for the guy to pass us to the point where we know he's not going to walk around the back of the car. I can see him in this mirror now. He looks like he's on his way, so we're going to start progressing backwards again. Now notice how I'm not getting closer to the curb or further away from the curb. It's remaining quite straight down that mirror. Checking the blind spots again. Just keep checking every 2 or 3 seconds. Again, we're stopping for passing vehicles, so we've got the white cars front and back. The white car is gone. We're going to progress a little bit more, and I'm looking at the distance. Now I'm noticing in the mirror I'm moving slightly away from the curb. So if I turn towards the curb, that will actually bring me back into the curb. You see how it's affecting that. I'm going to stop for this next white vehicle. Once this white vehicle has passed, again, quick check, and then I'm going to start turning the opposite way. And if you're watching that mirror, you can see it's straightening up. As soon as it's straight, straighten the wheel. Don't leave the wheel bent if the car is straight. Straighten the wheel. Now we can go back, and we're about 2 car lengths from our original place, which is there. The distance isn't actually important as long as you're roughly 2 car lengths. What's really important is the observations. You must check round consistently through the manoeuvre, over your blind spots, in your mirrors, and obviously you're looking round for anything coming down the road and pausing for any passing vehicles or pedestrians that are near your vehicle. There's no point in stopping for someone that's all the way down there near the red car, but we're stopping when we feel like it's getting within our sort of bubble of safety, if you like, where you would say is feeling close enough that it could be a problem. If they wanted to turn, you know, and pull into a driveway or pull up even on the road that you're on. So we just pause, allows people to work out what they want to do, and then we can continue on our way. So now that we've stopped, the examiner would say, thank you very much, move on when you're ready. So it's a normal set off, but obviously we're moving off to the left, so we're going to check the left blind spot more importantly, and we're moving off with a little bit of mirror work generally, and then we're on our way. So let's say you pull up and this is how you finish the car, and you think, oh, I've pulled up in a bit of an awkward position here, but it's still fixable. Say you couldn't go any further forward for whatever reason. Here we could obviously go forward more, but you might think that, you know, this is the maximum amount that you can move. So let's have a look at how we fix it. So as we reverse, when we look down the curb, when we look down the mirror there at the curb, we can see that the car is more facing towards the inside edge of the road, which is this side. You can see it's facing off that way. So we need to turn the wheel the direction we would like the back of the vehicle to go. So as we go backwards, we're actually going to turn the wheel slightly to the right, which sends the car to the right. You can see it's moving the car to the right. Now when that looks straight, we must make sure that we straighten the wheel up. Otherwise it will continue going to that direction. If I look at the wheel on the outside of the car here, you'll notice that the wheel is curved outwards, which is sending the back of the car that way. Get back in. A bit random to do that, but hopefully you get the gist of that. So now as I go backwards, if I straighten the wheel up, the wheel is going to be straight, the curb is straight, and that means that the car should go back in a straight line. Obviously checking the blind spots, trying to do this slowly so it doesn't make everyone feel sick. But we're moving back nice and slowly, and there you can see. Now let's do the opposite. Let's say the wheel, you know, was turned too much to the right and we were concentrating on something happening down here, and we look back and we go, oh no, we're getting too close to the curb. Well, we can actually fix that by turning an extra amount to the left. And again, the wheels will turn this way, which will send the car that way. So I'm going to wait until these cars have passed. I can move a little bit before the white car, and you can see how it's fixing that problem. And again, when it's straight, stop. Okay. Remember, the last time we turned to the left. So we're going to turn back to the right until the wheel is straight. Another little tip if you're a bit confused about your steering is, in your vehicle, figure out how many turns it is to full lock and back. So if I'm a little bit confused, if I turn the wheel to say here, and I can't work out, like, is this straight? Or is this straight? Or is this straight? Like, could be totally confused here. The best thing to do is full lock the wheel till it stops, to full lock, so there's no more turning. And then I know in this vehicle, if I take it back to sort of there and then another full turn, I know my wheels are straight now. So in your vehicle, you can figure out and do the same. This video is part of a 4-video sequence, all on the manoeuvres that you could get on your driving test. So if you found this one helpful, then make sure you check out this one next.